Welcome back to another beer review. Occidental Brewing in Portland, Oregon. They started around 2011. Here's the can. This is edel-hell. It's a German-style Helles lager. What is nice about their beers is they're pretty true to style. This can is not listed on the website that I could find. It came out, from what I read, in February 2019. On the side here it says, this is our Helles lager. Helles is so called because hell is a German word for light, also bright and clear. As Bavaria's answer to Pilsner, it is a delicate and refreshing light lager. Edel means noble and refers to the kiss of classic noble hops, in this case Tettnanger, that finishes this beer's subtle balance of malt, yeast, and hops. That's what I was reading right there. Fairly short paragraph. I'm not sure if this is going to be seasonal all year because it just came out. I believe the 6 packs of these run about $10. I'm not sure what the recipe is in this, but I can take a pretty good guess based on the style. Pilsner base malt can give a little bit of sweetness, a little bit toasted, may give some bread crackered, possibly carapils for body and head retention. They may add something else to it, but Helles lagers are generally very simple. They use Tettnanger hops in it. Tettnanger hops originate in Germany, but there are US versions. Floral, herbal, earthy. They could be an aroma or a bittering hop, and in this case, I'm guessing they probably didn't use too much for bittering. They use lager yeast in it, so that means it ferments for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, and then lagers, which means to store. 2 weeks, maybe a month. The flavor profile, I expect what I described there, a little bit of sweetness, some floral, maybe some herbal to it, possibly toasted bread, cracker, 5% alcohol. I don't know what the IBUs are. Generally, Helles lagers are under 20. Helles lagers are one of the lightest beers you can get out there. Floral, maybe a little bit of light fruit or sweetness out of it, and then maybe a toasted bready malt character. I may not even get all three. I may only get 1 or 2 of them. Being that it's a lager, not an ale, bottom fermented yeast, great. Clean and crisp, right on the palate, clean canvas flavor profile. Taste all the flavors of the malt, the hops are in there. Pale straw color, you don't get much lighter than this. That's the Pilsner malt right there, that's what you'd expect from it. The head is nice, thick, and frothy, although I intentionally poured it that way. You can see right through it, there's no particles at all. Nothing floating in it whatsoever. Nothing in the bottom, nothing floating. That would be a combination of kettle findings, perhaps, so an Irish moss, whorl flock, maybe some cake finds such as isinglass, gelatin. Cold crash very well. Means to drop the fermentation temperature down once all complete. Possibly a high flocculating lager yeast, very well carbonated, nice torrent of bubbles right in the center. I don't see that too often. That's pretty cool. Floral on the nose, possibly a touch of sweetness on there as well. Very gently wafting back and forth, rubbing, tickling, teasing my nose. Does smell very clean and crisp. Other than what I've mentioned, I'm not noticing anything else out of the aroma. It gives a gentle coat that blows up my mouth. I actually do get a noticeable hop bitterness. Too much for this style. Bitterness is coating the entire lower region of my mouth. It like wraps onto my tongue and folds around it like a blanket. Light, maybe a medium body. That bitterness holds on for quite a while. Just doesn't want to let go. In fact, it lingers a long time. The rest of my mouth is coated very gently, and it slowly evaporates. The bitterness lasts much longer. A little bit of floral, just a hint of sweetness in there, but it's faint. There may be a little bit of toasted crackery flavor back there. I don't really get much malt character. The hoppy notes are by far the most obvious, followed by gentle, hard to detect, fruity, and floral. No bread, biscuits at this point. There's no spiciness I can tell. No citrus. No tanginess at all. I don't get any earthy flavors out of it. I did get hints of the aroma. There's still that strong nibbling down there. I don't want to scare anybody off and think this is a super bitter beer, because it's not. It's too bitter for a Helles lager. As far as a lager use goes, crisp, clean, and bright. It's not crisp. It does have a clean profile. It's not bright in my mouth, so it doesn't light up. Thin, a little watery. They are relying on that bitterness to give a flavor. I'm sure that this is a simple recipe. There's really no character to this at all. It's just about hops. It doesn't have any of those signature German flavors from the yeast. Blows up my mouth, but gives a light, gentle coating. And that hop bite just grabs on the bottom of my mouth. It's just covering my tongue and holding it hostage. The flavor sticks around a little while. It evaporates fairly quick. Still tastes light, close to medium body. I'm still not getting any herbal, earthy, floral. No citrus, no tangy, no grain, no bread, biscuit, spicy. The mouthfeel is still thin and kind of watery. That simple recipe. Out of the lager characteristics as before, crisp, clean, bright. The only one I get is clean. And there's really a lack of flavor here. It's just about bitter and hops. Between the can and the glass, I can't tell the difference. They taste the same. I don't taste anything that's off-putting about this. There's no diacetyl, there's no metallic, there's no medicinal, chemical, astringency, fusel alcohols, DMS, which would be vegetable flavors, no rotten fruit, wouldn't be skunk because it's in a can. Will I buy this again? Absolutely not. It does not even slightly resemble a Helles lager in flavor at all. It pretty much tastes like a hoppy American lager. Would I recommend it? No, I would not. If you've had a Helles lager before and know what to expect, or even if you haven't had one and would like to try it first, I would not get this. This is completely inaccurate to Helles lager. It doesn't taste anything like one should. Far too bitter. It should be lighter than this in flavor, should not be hop forward like this is. This is complete opposite of what I would expect. I think it's a complete failure. I'm not pleased with it. What they're calling this is not what it is. Occidental Brewing, Portland, Oregon, edel-hell, German-style Helles lager. If you have any comments, feedback, want to talk about beer, ask me questions about beer, whatever the case is, send me a message. Alright folks, that's all there is for this review. Prost! And being a lager, they're going to use, okay, let's try it again. It's just like a masochist there. It's holding me hostage and giving me pain. That was stupid. Just get rid of that. This, I'm sure, I still don't get any earthy herb. Okay, I'm not getting, fuck. I'm going to take another sip, see if I get anything. Oh, fuck, I'll edit this later. Between the bottle,